Okay, welcome to English on Wednesday. Now, this week we have been looking at similes and personification. In fact, on your Monday worksheet, it even said metaphors, but you were able to figure it out.
I mean, I just hope the grammar police weren't watching, that's all.
I know we've had a couple of grammar police slip-ups this week.
We're already on a warning, so I can't even fathom what's going to happen next.
But we're going to crack on anyway. We're not fearful of those guys. They're not going to stop us. So here we go. Today, what we'd like you to do is to look at a picture and to write a description of what you see. Now, it's a bit similar to the list poem you did yesterday, where you listed all the nouns and you gave a simile or a piece of personification for each noun. But this one, it needs to flow a bit more. When we're describing a place, we can't just have list of this, list of that, list of this. It gets a bit boring. So we want to use skills such as connectives, fronted adverbials, thinking about our senses, thinking about different areas in the setting to make sure it feels like a piece of writing and not just a list. Down below in the description, there are two worksheets. If you're in year 5 and 6, you've got the upper key stage 2 checklist. If you're in years 3 and 4, you've got the lower key stage 2 checklist. And some of the things that are listed on there to make sure that you include are different senses. So what are the different senses again, Mr. S?
Fashion sense, nonsense, sense of direction, the sixth sense, which is actually the fourth one, sense of purpose, and of course there was the important one, sense of humour. And there's common sense, of course. Yes, there's actually 7.
As useful as always. No, I'm talking about hearing, seeing, tasting, smelling, and touching. Those are the senses that we're talking about that you should include when you're describing your setting. What else? Well, adverbs, which we talked about 4 weeks ago now, similes, metaphors, personification, and adjectives. Now, the one thing that we know will help you when you're doing a piece of writing that needs to flow is using some connectives. Now, connectives join your sentences together if you want your sentences to be longer, but they also help them flow from sentence to sentence, not just connecting them, but you can put them at the start of sentences to show how one links to the previous one. For example, you might say, the trees waved their hands in the air, while underneath the branches, the leaves that had fallen rustled on the floor like little animals scurrying along.
Nice, come here. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic sentence there.
But you see what I did there? I used that connected while in a completely separate sentence. The first sentence talked about the tree's branches. The second sentence was talking about the leaves on the floor. But because I put while at the start of the second sentence, you saw that those two were linked. Both of those things were happening at the same time. It wasn't just a list of things that were happening. I could see it all happening at the same time in my imagination.
Okay, well, Mr. A, that was very good. Well done there.
Thank you.
You've been practicing, haven't you? You've been following Learning Lockdown. I can see it's getting better.
Thanks.
So, below, you will find a link to take you to the picture, okay? And again, like Mr. A said, if you're in year 3 and 4, you've got a certain checklist that you've got to get in there. And if you're in year 5 and 6, you've got a different checklist to get in there. But you've got the same picture. And you're going to describe this picture. And you're going to create atmosphere, okay? We don't want to just say, there are 2 trees at the start, and then a bit later on, there's another tree, which looks a bit smaller than the other. That's boring. We want it to be atmospheric. Now, it's up to you what kind of atmosphere you want to create. You might want to create
a mysterious atmosphere.
You might want to create a peaceful, relaxing atmosphere.
You might want to create a scary atmosphere.
You might want to harness an atmosphere of adventure.
What we'd like you to do, though, is share these pieces of writings with us, even if you're sending them to your teacher in your school. Send them also to us. Maybe you can even video yourself reading them out. That would be really cool. And put some music in the background to really lift that atmosphere.
That would be very good. So yeah, just send us it. We love to see it, okay?
That is your task for today, and we really, really, really want to see these pieces of writing, and we hope that you enjoy creating your settings. Off you go.